I was at my grandmother's house, helping her move furniture around. She became my mother figure after the death of my mother when I was a young child, and I had been staying with her ever since my car accident. My grandmother helped nurse me back to health, so I made an effort to relieve her of any physical tasks. I felt it was the least I could do. It was in the attic when I accidentally knocked over a box. The box was filled with VHS tapes, the oldest dating back to 1990. All that was written on them was the year. There was a TV in the attic as well, because we used the space more as a functioning room than simple storage. That night, my grandmother had gone to bed early. The house felt heavier after she fell asleep. The wind pushed softly against the old windows, and the wooden beams in the ceiling let out occasional cracks, the kind of sounds you only notice when you're alone. And I was alone upstairs, completely alone. I don't know why I decided to play the oldest tape. Maybe curiosity, maybe boredom. I expected to see happy memories, home videos, scenery, anything other than what I was about to witness. The video started with someone holding a camera, filming a woman sitting alone at a small table in a coffee shop. She was reading. The camera zoomed in slightly on her hair, glowing in the warm light. It stayed fixed there for an uncomfortable amount of time. Then the tape skipped. The setting changed to what looked like downtown Chicago. I could see the back of the same woman walking down the street, unaware that someone was following her. The sky was a dull gray. Passing cars reflected light off her shiny boots. The camera shifted awkwardly, brushing against the cameraman's jacket. Not close enough to be with her, but not far enough to be innocent. He was stalking her. The scene dragged on for several minutes. Just walking, just following. Outside the attic, I heard a faint thud from downstairs. I froze. I told myself it was just the wind. The tape shifted again. The woman was now bound and stuffed inside the trunk of a car. Her mouth was taped shut. Heavy rainfall pounded against metal. Her muffled screams echoed through the attic speakers. My chest tightened. I felt like I wasn't sitting in the attic anymore. I felt like I was inside that trunk with her. Suddenly, the sound cut out for a second, a sharp flicker of static, and at that exact moment, I heard a slow, deliberate footstep on the staircase. I turned toward the attic door. No one. My grandmother couldn't climb the stairs that steadily, and she certainly wouldn't do it without calling my name. The tape continued. The next scene showed the woman tied to a chair in what appeared to be an empty warehouse. A single fluorescent bulb hung above her, illuminating pools of dark blood beneath her feet. The camera was steady now, almost as if it had been mounted on a tripod. I could hear her weak moans beneath the tape covering her mouth. There was another sound too, metal shifting, tools being handled. My stomach turned completely. The stalker stepped into frame. Only his back was visible. His head was covered by a balaclava. In his right hand, he carried a blade. My heart nearly stopped. He lifted her head by the hair and tilted her face upward. Then, without hesitation, he dragged the blade slowly across her throat. She squirmed violently, choking, gargling, her body convulsing in a desperate attempt to survive. Blood poured down her chest and onto the concrete floor. I had never seen so much blood in my life. The killer then removed his mask. He stared directly into the camera and smiled. The tape abruptly stopped. The attic went silent. Then, the television shut off. Complete darkness swallowed the room. I heard breathing. It wasn't coming from the television. It was behind me. My body locked in place. My nerves felt severed. I couldn't turn around. I couldn't scream. I stared into the black screen, which faintly reflected a shape standing somewhere behind me. Then the television flickered back on. The final frozen frame showed the killer mid-smile. But this time, something was different. He wasn't looking into the lens. He was looking at something behind the camera. Behind me. A faint voice came from the attic entrance. My grandmother, but her voice was shaking, breaking. "I never wanted you to remember," she said through trembling breath. "Who you were before the accident."